What's going on, everybody? Peace and blessings. I'm giving you this info and this truth for purpose, and I want to give it to you directly as possible and for intent. Like, I have intent. I'm not here to pose. This information is raw. This is Fizz. What up, snappers? AKA Fizzle, Fizzy. Links in the below for in the description box to contact me further. Email, Patreon, Snap Crackle Fizzle at Instagram, also my YouTube account. Contact me for further information. Hit me below in the comment box and let me know how you feel. Tell a tale, express your thoughts, give me a like, and definitely subscribe to my channel for further content. Please, and shout me out if you can. I'm giving it to you raw. I'm here to make this video because I want to. Because I absolutely want to. This is what I'm doing. I'm here in the moment doing this. I ain't posing, no fake smiles, not with the fake smiles. Not manipulating anybody, no false info. Take it as you want. The caption in this video, or the title, is supporting local produce, farming, hunting, and gathering in a humane way, organically, pasture-fed, raised, without the fertilizers, without the herbicides, the pesticides, the fungicides, the suicides, the killing, the deformities in babies and children. Why? It's because all these chemicals selling to us, because they have an overabundance of chemicals, so they want to sell it to us, and they're too lazy. The corporations and industries are all on big scale and push us over on the small scales. We need to support local, organic, fresh, seasonal farming and gathering and hunting wildlife naturally, without the chemicals, organic fertilizers and pesticides, natural ones that occur. We should protest for this. Definitely, and I would any minute. Some people aren't aware of this, because I understand that when you go to the store, there's all this processed food that comes from East Kambungfuck, and especially not around here or where you're at for the moment, brings us out of touch with nature, then throws our whole psychology off, along with our biome, gut thoughts and ideas and everything. And I'm not gonna go completely strict and say and be like, okay, well, if you wanted a fucking mango and you live up in the winter and it was a ripe one somehow, okay, or if it was dried or frozen, fine, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, for the most part, let's strive for more raw, organic, fresh, local produce. Like, we should be protesting for this. Stop fucking pasteurizing it. It needs to be fresh. We don't, it needs to be handled properly. No antibiotics, hormones, synthetic anything, injections, unless it would absolutely needed for the animal. That would be the only cause. Let's raise all our food and produce and wildlife and be in tune with nature and have organic process how it's supposed to be. Naturally, let's fill it with love there and love back. You know what I mean? Killing animals, love. Some might argue, oh well, anything you eat's gonna be live, coming in your body. It's love. It goes both ways. It's a dual cycle. You can also say it's fear. It goes both ways. But let's just raise the food or the produce, whether it's animal or not, with love, okay? Even if you do cook food, which is nothing wrong with, but if you do, cook it with love, or whoever's cooking it for you, make sure it's cooked with expertise of love. That's the main ingredient. It's universal. We should be protesting for these affairs of organic ingredients naturally. I mean, come on. We should be supporting our local farmers. Some people aren't aware of this, like I said, when they go to the store, because there's a bunch of processed food that comes from everywhere in the fucking land, that you have no clue what's going on when you walk in the store. And I completely understand that, because I've been confused a bunch of times on what to fucking eat, what's in my area, and just going to the store and them having especially the flashy ones, they just have all the shit that they're just flashing at you, and then you're just like, what the hell am I supposed to eat? I don't even know what to eat. Anyways, let's support this. I'm not going to be super strict and say, hey, if you want, if you want tahini, and there's fucking tahini, and you don't live where they grow sesame seeds, okay, it's not the end of the world, you know what I mean? Especially if it's raw. Doesn't matter if it's toasted, whatever. But, if you want to get a fruit, that necessarily a pineapple, and you're living fucking up in New York, okay, I'm just saying, let's up the organic, let's up, like, what's supposed to be there, at least the 50 to 75. I don't want to give demographics or percentage or categorize anything like that, but let's just get, let's support these farmers. They do a lot of hard work, the hunting and the gathering and growing this produce. Let's support them. Let's give them, that way we can outfeed the corporations, or the corporations vice versa will see what we want. We want organic. We don't want chemicals on our food that will kill you. We don't want chemicals at all. We want natural things, which are where pretty much all chemicals have to derive from, because they have to derive from something. So synthetic chemicals actually come from natural substance anyways. They're just tweaking them for their own purposes and their own goodies, which is fucked up. Anyways, let's come together as an actual community and bring this awareness and alert people, and let's just up our awareness in our organic produce raised naturally that's in our environment. Let's consume that, eat more of that, you know what I mean? Instead of supporting all these foreign things that aren't even really connected, you know what I mean? Like, let's up our economic game locally. And let's praise these farmers, hunters, and gatherers. Let's give them the respect, the local ones, the small scale, because the industry's just taking over. They genetically modify everything from freaking, they do the seed, then the soil, then what to spray on the seed, so nothing even eats the freaking plant or the seed. Like, they're manipulating the whole process. Bioengineering, geoengineering, whatever. They're controlling all this, and they're causing havoc on the body, on freaking unborn babies that aren't even here yet. And that's why people are coming out with deformities. Deformities weren't common at all, you know what I mean? People with all these diseases, and most of these diseases, you know what I mean? And you're supposed to be born naturally. Like, what the fuck? You're not supposed to have all these impurities. I'm not saying it's a pure world, but I'm just saying there's a lot more impurities, and a lot of them are synthetically and chemically lysed. You know what I mean? And aligned to us. And it's mostly for money. It's for their profit and to keep you sick. So you go to their health, and they keep feeding you, and it's a cycle. They want you to keep feeding on it and keep going in this cycle. They feed you bullshit food, so then you have to go, so you don't know what the fuck's going on. Then you want to go to their health system. They're just going to give you a 50-50. You feel better, but the long run, it's still fucking you over. So, you know what I mean? And then here you are again. Most of the fucking shit that goes on is freaking diet, which people don't understand. And this is the biggest emphasis I will ever make. because your food matters, and you shouldn't be confused on what the fuck to eat. Never. That's stupid. Like, you should know what to eat, you know. Try new things, there's nothing wrong with that. But instinctively, you should definitely know. They're trying to waste your awareness. This is where it all comes in, and your senses. They don't want you to know. You know, they don't want wild fruit growing, wild trees and blueberries and blackberries, raspberries, or wherever you live. I'm just saying, because that's from the area I would grow. There's none of this shit around here. And I wonder, and sometimes it makes me wonder, well, one, because they put on this infrastructure here, to me, which is pretty much bullshit, because what was wrong with what was here originally? Does that make sense? Why do we need all this extra shit? Think about it. If it curiosities you in any way, what was wrong with what we had? Because there was definitely people in the spot before. We had all these infiltrators infiltrating, making up all this nonsense, and aside from the infrastructure, the roads, the bridges, the railroads, that to me don't really even need all that. On top of all that, but that's just my opinion, I don't see too many wild berries or too many wild fruits, you know, or edible vegetation. And I know some of it's high bird. Anyways, I don't see none of that around here. I've been on a farm, and I did see some wild blackberries. Okay, but where are they everywhere else? That just makes me assume they destroyed a lot of the stuff that was edible, so we get sucked into the system. When you control someone's food supply and diet that are depending on you, hence, what are they doing to us? They feed us their lies. We need to believe in ourselves and our intuition and our instinct and our feeling. They're trying to erase that and make us numb. Some are already woke, some aren't, you know what I mean? And I don't want to make it a contrast. I don't want to identify as this or anybody, or categorize in any way, or discriminate and say some people are not woke. You get to choose what you want, you know what I mean? But if it's for your health and you want to feel alive and aware, maybe, you know, you're gonna come to that realization. Watching this video is one, and then it all clicks, it all starts coming in, you know what I mean? Don't get fooled by your instincts though, in which natural, you know, feel what you feel best, you know, and what's like what you feel most, what you feel like you're thriving on, and what you need. Don't believe in some stigma. Do what's the best for your body, and let's support this local produce. Cannot say it enough. Drowning myself in that, draining it. Oh well, that was what I wanted to get across in this video. Let's raise awareness, open up perspective, stop judging people, show some love, one love all around the world. Let's care for our animals and our plants that we do eat, along with the fruit, the people who raise this and where we get it from. Let's support the local, let's push out the big, especially the pharmaceuticals, you know, all the chemicals and the industry and corporations, all for money, which is really in return, because money is not such an abstract thing, a materialistic thing. What it really comes down to is your health and your senses and your awareness. That's what it's really coming down to. It is for money because we follow it, but we also put these people in unnecessarily charge in some way, in some format. But it may seem for its money, but their bigger result is your health. That's the number one thing. Because if they can control you, if they can get you just weak enough that you can't do anything for yourself, but you can listen to them and depend on them, you know what I mean? You don't want that. You want to be independent. Sorry, I didn't mean that. You want to be independent, self-reliant on yourself. And that's what raises awareness and for the community. So thank you. Up your local produce, organic. Make sure it's raised right. You know, Forget the chemicals, pharmaceuticals. You can do it. I got faith in you. I got trust. I got love. Like my content. Let me know how you feel. Thank you for your time and appreciation. I hope this message reaches. Have a great day. I thank you, bless you, and I love you. Mwah.